Okay, so I'm going to date myself on some of these. One of my favorite albums from childhood is Rio from Duran Duran.
Okay.
I know that's not metal, but I was a kid that listened to everything. So
Mm,
probably country's about the only thing that I never got into.
mm.
I would say I actually really liked the Metallica Black album. I'm going to get a lot of
Nothing wrong with that. It's
that's
great.
one that I really liked. There
Yeah.
was a lot of good. I like music that's accessible, and I feel like that
Mm,
album was really accessible.
totally.
Um, and then probably it's going to be a Benatar album, and this one I don't know if this counts, but she had live from Planet Earth, I believe it was called, and it had like all it was a live show. It was amazing. She did like her whole repertoire, and that was I think back in the I want to say late '80s that album came out, but it was great. It just had everything on it, and she's amazing live, so it sounded great.
And going back to Duran Duran, I mean, they had the haters in the 80s and that, but when you look back, they were fantastic. And the live album they released, Arena, oh my
Yeah,
God,
that was
that
good. Oh
is
yeah.
such a good album.
I
Really
was a
is.
big Duran Duran fan, so I never understood the hate for them either because
No.
musicianship wise, they were amazing,
Yeah,
and their music was a little different than what everybody else was doing, and I thought
of
it was like
course.
deeper lyrics and just a little bit over the
Yeah,
top compared to everybody else.
totally. Yeah, I've never been a Duran Duran hater. I've always thought they were like mega talented and mega up there. Totally. All
I mean,
right.
John Taylor is probably one of the best bass players I've
Abs-
heard.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Then, so is there a Duran Duran song you'd love to do a cover of then?
Oh wow, I hadn't really thought about that one too hard. Probably um, like "Hungry Like the Wolf," I think would be a good one.
That would go down well. Yeah. That would do. I love Save a Prayer actually, but yeah, Hungry
Oh,
Like.
that's my favorite, actually.
Yeah.
That's my favorite song of all time, actually.
Is it?
Uh,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, that song just hits me in the feels every time I listen to it.
Mm,
It's a
yeah.
good song.
Yeah. Just said mentioning it. Yeah. Just thinking about it just gives me chills. Yeah. I love that
Yeah,
song. It is a good
yeah,
song. It
it's
really
good.
is. My favorite of all time is You've Gone Wild, Skid Row, because
Oh, I love that one too. That's a good one.
when that was released, I was going through it, man. Totally.
Yeah.
I was a teenager back in those days. Right. Okay. So if you could have a jam session then with three musicians, dead or alive, who would you choose?
That are alive.
Dead
So
or alive, yeah.
Pat Benatar for
Of
sure.
course.
Um, the other ones, let's see. Right now, I don't want to do with all singers because that would be crazy. We'd all just be singing over top of each other, right? So
Yeah.
probably I might grab Neil Giraldo from Pat if we
Okay.
get the couple there because he's an amazing guitar player. And I probably should have a drummer or a bassist. But yeah, maybe like John Taylor as bass player. He's really good. So there you go. I'm sticking in the 80s here.
Totally. It's good. It's good. Okay. What are the three essentials to take on tour with you then?
So I have to make sure, I have all my makeup. This is a work.
Right.
um, so that we haven't actually done a big tour yet. We've been doing mini tours, but I make sure that I have water because I don't drink as much as I should, but if I don't drink water before I sing, that's a no-no. I will be
Mhm.
raspier than I want to be.
Right.
um, and I would say, well, all my gear that has to go. But I don't have anything like weird that I have to take along with me at this point. I have a candy fish problem, so if they're there, I'm not going to complain.
Right. Okay. That's good. So if you could choose three countries to go out on tour, where would you go?
Well, I would definitely come over to you guys in the UK,
Right.
Germany, and my own country, US.
I know the answer to this already. Which musician, dead or alive, would you have with you for a 24-hour road trip?
Oh yeah, well, have it. It's our
At Benatar, of course.
Yeah, I would love to pick her brain for 24 hours.
Excellent. Is if there's a song about your personality, what would it be called? Like a made-up song?
Oh, a made up song would be called gosh, a Cyndi Lauper one came to mind automatically, her album title. personalities all over the place. Probably something like her bark is worse than her bite.
Cool. Great answer. Um, what's the one thing about your band or yourself that fans wouldn't know?
Hmm. About myself. Um, I played flute in my high school marching band.
Did you?
Yes, I did. When I was
Yes.
up until the later years in high school, but in early high school, I did.
Cool.
About the band itself, let me think about that. I don't know if there's anything crazy about the band that people don't already know. Again, we've had a changeover in our one thing they might not know is our I brought our drummer out of retirement to come play with us.
Did you?
So
Okay.
Steve Travaggi, he was in retirement from playing. He had put his drums away. He hadn't played in like 6 years. And
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
I said, "Hey, I want you in the band." And he's like, "Okay, I'll dust him off and see what I can do." And he's an amazing drummer, so I'm glad he came back.
So is he enjoying it as well then being back? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the most important thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you prefer classic album art or modern digital visuals?
So classic art, there's so much controversy over the AI. I mean, we're all using it for something,
Mm,
especially when you're an original band that has like no budget, what are you going to
yeah, I
do? I
understand that,
can't,
yeah.
I can't go out to an artist and commission work all the time. I did have somebody do our album art for us. I had an artist, a graphics artist do that for us. And he also did our logo.
Sweet.
But yeah, in terms of you start to see a pattern with the AI. It all kind of looks alike, so you can almost differentiate the two. So I do prefer somebody else's creativity over that if I can afford it.
Of course. So you got tattoos. Are you gonna get an Eden on fire tattoo? Like, I don't know, like
I
little
want to actually. I only have the two tattoos right now. I'm backwards.
right,
I got this one first. This was my freedom tattoo.
cool.
Again, with the last ex, he was like, "You can't get tattoos," and so then I got this one because I'm a crazy cat lady, and I really
Yeah.
like the snow leopard. So, but yeah, I actually wanted to get one, and I'm kind of glad I waited. I held off because we changed our logo,
Oh,
so
fair enough, yeah.
the new logo now. So yeah, I do want a Green on Fire tattoo.
Would you like to be able to stop time or rewind time?
Some of me wanting to rewind time because I lost a lot of years out of the music scene. I feel like I lost a lot of years of like my adulthood, really, that I
Mm.
would love to get back and relive them in the way that I wanted to. But that said, probably I wouldn't do it even if I could because it's made me who I am today. And also, the songs that I do are inspired by a lot of the things that I've gone through. I don't know what I'd be writing about. It would be different, but
Yeah,
uh, yeah, it's a toss up. I don't think
yeah.
I'd stop time though.
Especially when I get albums sent through from PRs. I mean, it's all about the fantasy shit, and I'm like, I grew up with that in the '80s, and it was fun back then. But like now, it's more. I find it more inspirational for myself as a listener. Listens to bands that are going to give you like hope and a bit of fucking get up and go. Yeah, and that's what
Yeah,
I loved
yeah.
about your song. See, I'm getting there.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
getting
you.
there. That's what
We've
I love
had
about your
feedback that
song
I
about
didn't.
Wait the Monster. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've gotten some feedback that I didn't expect when we first released our first single. It was Fallen, which is our only ballad. And I was a little worried about releasing that first because I didn't want people to think we were, completely on the lighter side of everything. But it's a power ballad. But we had a radio station, the one that I was telling you about, we've placed in their top
Mm-hmm.
98, reach out to us and say, please tell us that you have this song available for us to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh boy, we can make that happen because we were already in the process of doing the album. So we made that our first single. It was a little scary, but when it came out, people were like reaching out to me and saying, oh my gosh, I relate so hard to this song. And this song has so much meaning for me. And it reminds
Mm-hmm.
me of this, it reminds me of that, in my life. And I was like, whoa, I was
Yeah,
unexpected because this was just my personal getting my stuff out there,
of course.
so it's awesome to hear that people relate to the music. I
Exactly.
don't relate too hard to follow because it's a really dark song, but glad that gave them sort of that feeling of they're not alone.
Exactly. I know what you mean.